Clothes are the first conversation two characters have before a single word is spoken. Imagine that. The flutter of a hem, the curl of a collar, a scarf that smells like a life left behind. Those quiet cues are not decoration, they are dialogue without dialogue. Today, we're talking about wardrobe as courtship, how costume, style, and small tactile details seduce a reader and push a romance forward. Wardrobe does heavy emotional lifting in romantic fiction. A dress can flirt, a jacket can shield. A scent-tinged scarf can drag a decade of regret into the present. When you treat clothing like a secondary character, it can complicate tension, signal history, and linger in the reader's imagination like the memory of a first kiss. Start by choosing a role for the clothes. Do you want fabric to flirt, silk slipping off a shoulder, a heel left behind? Or to armor, a zipped collar, a layered coat keeping the world at bay? Is the garment memory, a band tee or a scuffed wallet that holds a life before your story began? Or betrayal, a borrowed perfume, a hem that reveals a lie? Finally, clothes can mark transformation. Thrifted denim stepping into silk signals a character's interior shift without an internal monologue. Practical craft matters. You don't need to catalog an outfit. Pick a focal piece. One ring, one coat, one pair of shoes that will act as your scene's visual anchor. Instead of listing, choreograph. Show clothes through interaction, fingers tracing a cuff, a sleeve catching, a scarf tugged closer. Use verbs. The silk slid, the denim creaked, the collar rose. Anchor description to action so the scene never stops moving. Reach for sensory shorthand. Readers will invent the rest when you give texture, sound, or smell. Call it the whisper of chiffon, the grit of denim, the leather warmed by sun. Smell is especially intimate. Lavender on a damp dress, smoke clinging to a jacket. These cues do emotional work faster than paragraphs of exposition. Match clothing to psychology. Wardrobe should feel earned. A high-necked blouse might be guarding a scar. Neutral tones can be camouflage. Small, repeated details become motifs. A turquoise comb or a mustard scarf, shown across scenes, turns into shorthand for character and history. Let clothes evolve with your arc. Before, he zips his jacket to the chin. After, he leaves it flung open, the shirt untucked, an outward sign that something inside him has shifted. Place description in motion. Break up details across beats so visual information fuels momentum rather than pauses it. Think about wardrobe beats for romance. The meet cute, where a dropped glove or a stain choreographs chemistry. The first kiss, framed by collars and scarves and the rustle of fabric. Fights and reveals, where a lingering scent or a sleeve caught on something can expose secrets. Where the literal or metaphorical shedding of layers signals intimacy. And sex scenes, where fastenings, zippers, and the map of seams become part of the choreography. Watch for pitfalls. Resist the urge to name brands unless the label matters. Don't overdescribe. If you're listing, you've stopped storytelling. Avoid lazy stereotyping that reduces a person to costume shorthand. And don't use clothing as an explanatory crutch. Show emotional life through choices and action. Want to practice? Try the one-object scene. 300 words where a single item of clothing causes a misunderstanding or confession. Or do a palette swap. Rewrite a short scene twice, changing only the colors and noting how mood shifts. Or a texture dialogue kiss scene that focuses entirely on the tactile sounds and sensations of clothing. Signature looks are powerful. Choose one or two slightly unexpected details, repeat them as motifs, and layer meaning. A soldier's jacket over a silk nightgown tells you everything you need to know about a character trying to march through heartbreak while keeping the pieces tidy. Wardrobe is not wallpaper. It flirts, it fends, it remembers and betrays. The most magnetic clothing descriptions connect fabric to feeling and keep the scene moving. If you love the idea of outfit choices shaping stories, consider how interactive fiction can make clothing a branching device. Which coat do you pick? Which perfume do you wear? Which ring do you slip on? Those choices become personality and plot. On Endless Romance, readers can make wardrobe choices and watch how a silk at midnight or a patched denim jacket rewrites a relationship in real time, letting style itself become part of the courtship. If you want more examples, detailed advice, and the quick exercises I mentioned, read the full piece on the Endless Romance blog.